Hi guys. Welcome back to another day of Bible reading. Today we're going to read chapter 29 of First Samuel, chapter 29, verse 1 to 11. I think it's 11, right? 11, so it's quite short. When the Philistines reject David. So if you remember last time, uh, we read about how Saul went to a medium in Endor, and he called upon yeah, so say yeah, Samuel, and hopefully you guys remember who Samuel is. So he called upon Samuel, and Samuel told him about how he is going to die and join him in the next battle that they're going to have. So Saul and his sons are going to die in this chapter. So yeah, and now yeah, let's go. Let's just get into it. Now the Philistines had gathered all their forces at Apec, and the Israelites were encamped by the spring that is in Jezreel. So the Israelites were encamped in the Jezreel spring, and that's where and then the Philistines gathered in Apec. So I'm thinking it's at opposite ends. So yeah, and the lords of the Philistines were passing on by hundreds and by thousands, and David and his men were passing on in the near with Achish, and the commander of the Philistines said, "What are the Hebrews doing here?" And Achish said to the commander of the Philistines, "Okay, it is this not David, the servant of Saul, king of Israel, who has been with me now for days and years, and since he deserted to me, I have found no fault in him to this day." So yeah, let's go back. Verse 2, and the lords of the Philistines were passing on by hundreds and by thousands. So the lords of the Philistines were just passing, and then they see thousands and hundreds of people, and David and his men were passing on in rear with Achish. So David and his men were at the back with Achish. If you remember, Achish is the king of the Philistine. I think it's the Philistine, right? Yeah, the Philistine. So yeah, and then David had been living with Achish because he was fleeing from Saul, and they never had any issues. So now they have to go into battle with Saul, and now the lords of the Philistines, I guess they didn't know if David was with Achish, or they just didn't think that David will come and join Achish in this battle. And then the commanders of the Philistines said, "What are these Hebrews? What are these Hebrews doing here?" So obviously they saw them and they're like, "What are these people doing here?" Because the Philistines the Philistines, they're thinking, "We are fighting you guys. So what are you doing here on this side of the battle?" And Achish said to the commander of the Philistines, "Is this not David, the servant of Saul, king of Israel, who has been with me now for days and years? And since he deserted to me, I have found no fault in him to this day." So this is David. He has been with me for months and for years. And since he has been with me, like he left and found, he like wherever he left, he's Saul's servant. So he came to me, and since he came to me, I never found fault with him to this day. So I know that David is a Hebrew, but he's a good Hebrew. He's a good one, because I've never found fault with him. But the commanders of the Philistines were angry with him, and the commanders of the Philistines said to him, "Send the man back, that he may return to the place to which you have assigned him. He shall not go down with us to battle, lest in the battle he becomes an adversary to us." I mean, I can kind of understand the concerns of the commanders, because now they're saying, David is a Hebrew, but then now he is joining us to fight against the Hebrews. We cannot have that. So rather send him back to where you had him, and we so that we can go into battle. We don't want to have to like have him as an adversary to us as we are going into this battle. So it doesn't matter how good he has been. They just don't want to have to question like if he would ever have to choose between the two of them, the two sides. So they are rather taking this from David. They don't want him to have to choose between his people, the Hebrews, like where his blood and his people. He doesn't have to choose between those people, but still those people want to kill him. Their king wants to kill him, and now he had to flee to Achish. Achish is just the king of the Hebrews adversary. So but then they have been good to each other. So they're like, we don't want to find out, we don't want to have to deal with how weird these things could get. Let's rather he doesn't get involved in all of this from the beginning in the first place. So we don't want to deal with this. For how could this fellow reconcile himself to his Lord? Which kind of makes sense. So if David fights the Hebrews, then it kind of, and he kills them, so now he will have the blood of the Hebrews on his hand. So then how could he reconcile himself to their God after killing his own people? So like now they kind of making sense, like despite, like in spite of the where you're from and how the relationship has been between you and Achish, like first we don't want to find out if he would or he would not betray us, and second, if he were to betray us and fight now, start attacking us from the back, that's something we don't want to find out in the middle of the battle. Or if he chooses to be faithful and now start killing his own people, how would he reconcile with his God? Which makes sense. I feel like it makes sense. So now David would be in a tough position. So they don't, for whatever reason, everything makes sense. So they rather not get into it. So yeah, for how could this fellow reconcile himself to his Lord? Would it not be with the head of the men here? So which means, yeah, in a way he would kill the people here to reconcile with his God, with his Lord. With his Lord Saul. So to regain favor, okay, to regain favor with Saul, it means that David would then have to kill the Philistines, of course, which makes sense, and nobody wants to be stabbed in the back like that. Is not this David of whom they sing to one another in dances? Saul has struck down his 1,000 and David his 10,000. So this is the same David that they sing that Saul, their own king, has only struck down 1,000, but this David has struck down 10,000. So he is capable of anything. He is capable of anything. Like, yeah, I can understand the concern. Not that David is a bad person or whatever, but if push comes to shove, would he be okay with watching his people perishing like that? And also, because now for the Philistines to actually defeat the Israelites, they would have to kill the king. What if it comes down to David having to do it? Now David saying that he would never kill the anointed of God. So that kind of means that David, he would never kill Saul. And yeah, they would rather not give the Israelites more chances to retaliate. So I can understand where the concern is coming from. Then Achish called David and said to him, As the Lord, as the Lord lives, you have been honest, and to me it seems right that you should march out and with me in the campaign. So Yes, as the Lord lives, you have been honest with me. I've never found fault with you. And yeah, I would like for you to continue in this battle with me, in this fight with me. But I have not found nothing wrong in you from the day of you coming to me to this day. So I have never had any issues with you. I have no issues with you. And from the moment that you came into my presence, into my kingdom, to this day, there's nothing that I think you have done wrong, that I am against you doing. But nonetheless, the Lord do not approve. Lord with a small L, do not approve of you. So go back now and go peaceably, that you may not displease the Lord of the Philistines. So as much as you and I are good, the lords of the Philistines do not agree with you being here. They can't trust you. They can't trust you. So I think it's best that you should go back to, and yeah, go back in peace, and that you may not displease the lords of the Philistines, so that like at least you would not anger the Philistines. And David said to Achish, "But what have I done?" Didn't Achish just say that you have not done anything? I mean, I know I'm being judgy. I know. But yeah, what have I done? What have you found in your servant from the day I entered your service until now, and that I may not go and fight against the enemies of my Lord the King? I guess as much as you know that you have been kicked out, you can't just say, okay, bye. You have to fight still. So I feel like this is where David is coming from. Like, what have I done? I know you said I didn't do anything, but yet you don't want me to help you in this. Why? And Achis answered David and said, I know that you are blameless in my sight, and as and inside in my sight as an angel of God. Nevertheless, the commanders of the Philistines have said, he shall not go up with us to the battle. So I know that you didn't do anything wrong. You're like an angel of the Lord. But the commanders of the armies of the Philistines said they will not go into battle if you are here with us. Yeah, no. The cost of having David on your side, yeah. As much as he's a good man, rather let's not find out what could go wrong, what could happen. Now then, rise early in the morning with the servants of your Lord who came with you, and start early in the morning, and depart as soon as you have light. So as soon as you have light, as soon as you can see. I like how back then they didn't use alarms or anything. They just relied on the sun. Like it's time to wake up, time to sleep. No TV, no sun, no light, no artificial light. So you just knew that as soon as the sun went down, it means that you should be close to home or at home. So now the sun is rising. It means that now it is safe for you to leave. So basically, they're saying, or as soon as it's safe for you to leave, don't wait for anyone to tell you anything or to see anything. Just take your people and go. So David set out with his men early in the morning to return to the land of the Philistines, but the Philistines went up to Jezreel. Yeah. So David did not waste time. He understood what the concern of the lords of the Philistines were. So he just got up first thing in the morning and went back home to the land of the Philistines. And the Philistines continued to Jezreel, where they were going to fight the Israelites. So that's it for today. It's quite short, I know. Next week we're going to read about David's wives are captured. Oh no. So yeah, chapter 30, we're going to learn about David's wives being captured. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Much love. Jesus loves you. No matter what is going on in the world, just know and find peace in knowing that the creator of the heavens and the earth came into his own creation just to be with you. If that is not love, I don't know what is. He came into his own creation. He let go of his glory, his splendor, his everything, his sovereignty, just to come and be with you so you can relate to him. So you can, like, yo, okay, that is love. That is love. And I hope that you find peace and comfort in reading the Word of God, and you get closer and closer to Jesus as you spend more time and yeah, in his word. So see you guys next time. Much love from me. Bye.